HowToBasic has managed to flip the face reveal on its head and turned it into a puzzle. Anyone who could figure it out would finally find out exactly what HowToBasic looks like. The mystery begins, not surprisingly, in his face reveal that featured more YouTubers than YouTube Rewind itself, each person appearing one after the next, all claiming to be HowToBasic. But what caught most people's attention was the ending. A flash of a code could be seen displayed on one of the final frames of the video. These could actually be translated into a word using the Wingdings translator. When placed together, we get watch?v. Watch?v is actually what is displayed in every YouTube video URL, followed by an equals sign and 11 characters. With this message being translated to watch?v along with the wait for the equals found in the tags of the video, it's very possible that HowToBasic is saying there's an unlisted video on YouTube that features the real HowToBasic's face. The only way we can find it is by solving HowToBasic's puzzle and discovering the 11 missing letters for the video URL. These could be numbers, letters, or even capital letters. Many people have been searching on the internet hoping to crack the code and find the right order. Many have been following game jackers or even just looking in the wrong areas. But today, we're going to solve the puzzle. Today, we're going to find the real HowToBasic video. The missing 11 letters and numbers are all hidden throughout the video, some rather harder to find than others, and it did take some time to place them in the correct order, especially since a few of them I thought were red herrings and just nonsense, to begin with at least. Since the phrase red herrings was just such a prominent thing around the video, it is hard to find out what is what, but it looks like I finally did it. The first letter is discovered as D, which is a reference to the dressing gown Michael is wearing in the first quarter of the video. I was rather confused to begin with why they decided to go with this particular clothing, but now it obviously makes a lot more sense. It's a key part to play in the whole puzzle. We then move on to the letter Q. Vsauce mentions that it's the 175th video on YouTube, and then MaxMofo corrects him by saying it's 475.
This video is the 175th installment.
475.
475.
They made a big deal about this, causing a good amount of the opening just to discuss about it. Why is it so prominent? Well, if we add the numbers, 4 plus 7 plus 5 equals 16. However, if we include the 1, which is what Vsauce mentioned when he got it wrong, and get a final answer of 17. Since this is two numbers, I highly doubt we've been given 2 of the 11 characters in the same place, so I decided to look at the 17th letter in the alphabet, which is Q, and turns out that is the second letter of the URL. We then get a wink emoji flash on the screen for a split second during the Vsauce video being played. Taking the first letter of the wink, W, gives us the third character. Going back to the chart with MaxMofo, we'll find a lot more clues on there as well to help us. For example, the last line we can see on the board is, I've decided to reveal my identity and my nuts. Nuts is a very strange word to place in this video, along with the fact that MaxMofo has been joking about nuts a lot more recently, along with giving a fan the answer of nuts when asking about the face reveal of HowToBasic. With nuts having 4 letters and MaxMofo's overpronunciation of the number 4,
Installment
475.
we can find 4 as the next character in the URL. We also get another clue in the corner that says cage eggs. If we count how many letters there are in this word, including the period at the end, we are left with the number 9. Warren then arrives claiming he is HowToBasic. He's the only one out of the main 3 that isn't a YouTuber, and is the last one before the entire montage is played out. Taking the first letter of his name and having it as a capital W because it's a name we're taking it from, so it would most likely be a capital W rather than a lowercase, we get the next character. It then moves on to the entire montage of YouTubers claiming to be HowToBasic, which tries its best to throw you through a loop. All of these YouTubers were only told to record themselves saying the words, "We are HowToBasic," meaning whatever we see in these clips most likely doesn't have anything to do with the puzzle. For example, people think Keemstar is trying to make a Z, but these are clearly legs from a chair he accidentally broke. He tweeted about this a few months ago, saying that he accidentally broke it. But now in this video, we found out how he broke it. He was jumping around for a HowToBasic video, and it's during the recording he actually realized what happened and showed us it. Our final clues come from the last scene with with Ali the cabbage, trying to put the pieces together. He hints that he found out who HowToBasic is through all of the stuff on the wall behind him. And he's right. The last few pieces of the puzzle can be found on the wall. He finds a picture of an egg van crashing in China, but there's a random name, George, placed coincidentally right in front of us. With G being the first letter, we end up with our next character. He then points to the 7 hands, but notice how only 2 are crossed out, even though he says none of them are a match. This is because the next letter is X, but because there's 2 of them, it's hinting that 2 lowercase x's equals 1 capital X. The last 2 letters can be a combination of a few things. Matthew Santoro appears 3 times throughout the video. He's the only YouTuber to appear more than once for the whole thing. I tried 3, but it didn't work. Instead, I tried the 3rd letter of the alphabet, a lowercase c. And finally, the last letter on the whole thing is Q. The whole purpose of this video is to answer a question. Who is HowToBasic? Question. Q. Place all 11 letters into a YouTube Watch URL and it will take you to an unlisted video from HowToBasic, revealing a small clip featuring the actual face of HowToBasic. I may have made a slight miscalculation.